Now, Ian, here at the Munster Championship launch, I'm sure that you're looking forward to the competition that's just around the corner, a big game against Tipperary.
Yeah, 2 weeks out now from championship, so it comes around fast. Like, we were back with our clubs there only a few weeks ago, and then once you're back in, it's kind of all guns blazing. Championship's just around the corner.
What would you have taken out of the league going into it? I know you had a good start to the league, maybe dipped off a bit. Do you take much out of that?
Uh, yeah, you have to take the positives out of the league, and obviously have to look at where we came up short then as well. I think performance-wise, it was a decent enough league. We were fairly close and competitive in most games, defending well, and probably just haven't been taking our chances in a lot of games, and that's probably leaving us a bit short.
There's a lot of young players in the squad as well, obviously, that would have experienced maybe championship last year and experienced the league. You're a more experienced member of the team. Do you kind of give them advice and guide them through coming into these big games?
Yeah, you try and help new lads kind of settle, and but most lads are confident young lads, and they're more than capable. Like, so I suppose it's just getting used to it. It probably does take a year or two, or maybe even a bit more, to really settle into Intercounty Championship.
As I said, you're an experienced player. You've been around the scene a long time. Must be frustrating to have not won a Munster Championship game. It's been a very long time since Limerick even last won one.
Yeah, my first game was the last time we won. My first game of championship was the last time we won, so that's very disappointing. Like, obviously, last year we came up a good bit short, but we haven't been too far away in a lot of games. It's just, I suppose, competing at Division 4 level and coming up against sides that probably competing at that bit higher and used to that higher intensity, and that's probably where we need to aspire to become more competitive in Munster.
Do you think that that's going to be maybe a telling factor coming into this Tipperary game? I mean, you'll probably have to be 100% on your game and maybe hope that they have a bit of an off day.
Yeah, we definitely probably will have to be very close to our A game, and if we can get that from all 15 on the day, hopefully we will be thereabouts.
Ian, I suppose one of the common threads from the league campaign was that your efforts mightn't have got the actual results they deserved. I think bar the Derry game, you were really in contention for nearly every other match. You know, when you're a senior player in a team full of young lads, how are you trying to keep them mentally, tuned in that the results will come if we keep going in that direction?
Yeah, I suppose, like, with that, like, when you reflect on a game after, like, performance is kind of what you're looking for. Obviously, you want the result to come with it, but when you reflect and look back on games, you can take positives and negatives, and I suppose an overall reflection of the league, we've tried to look at as many positives as possible.
And with so many young fellas in there, we're like, you said this will probably take it's a longer term job than just this championship.
Yeah, it is, but I suppose that's kind of the issue. We've been saying that for maybe the last 3 years or so. So it's probably time to kind of step up now. There's a lot of lads are coming of age, like 24, 25, and getting to that age where they are very accomplished intercounty footballers.
And you'll be looking forward to obviously having a cut off your close rivals on the 11th of May.
Yeah, Tipp, Clare, there's kind of, you look to see that kind of level below Kerry, I suppose, in Munster. Everyone else would kind of fancy themselves as being the second best team in Munster, so we're looking forward to that.